Hey guys, welcome to another answers video. So to start out, I'm going to be answering some of your guys' questions. And first off, we have the Angry Squad's questions. He asks, what's your favorite figure in your collection? So that's really hard for me to choose because I sort of flop back and forth of what my favorite toy line is. I love NECA figures. I love little Walking Dead figures like these guys. And I love Marvel Legends. So for me to choose a favorite is very hard because I like a little bit of everything. Currently, my favorite figure, I guess, would be my custom Marvel Legends Cyclops figure. But that's really hard to say because I love every figure that I own. I try not to buy figures that I don't like, and it makes it very hard for me to choose. So I'm just going to basically say that it's that one, but believe something else because there's probably... Once I pick up a figure, I'm like all of a sudden, you know what, this is my new favorite. So we'll see what my next favorite figure is in a few minutes. So next question is, what got you into collecting? So I've always been sort of a collector. So when I was little, I would just play with figures and I'd own them and I'd just have a ton. I just kept getting them and then I'd just play with them. But I didn't really get into like displaying them like a collector does until probably about 12 years old, when I started realizing that there was a monetary value to each figure, and I started to get the idea that some figures were better than others, and I started to understand what detail was, what articulation was. So around 12, and what got me into it, I mean, just basically realizing that they are of value, that they are something worthful. And that some people just throw away their stuff, that sort of also got me into it, because I was like, nah, I'm never going to throw away my stuff, so collecting is the adult way of having a bunch of toys. Okay, next question is, what do you love about collecting? I just love having all of this wonderful display options. So being able to just have all sorts of cool setups and just being always able to create little dioramas and stop motions, it all just always seems fun to me. There's not one minute where I'm like, I can't figure out what to do with these figures, because I've always got something to do. I either review them, or I display them, or I just set them in some spot where they will be used later. So I guess what I love about it is just having so much at hand. Okay, next questions are by Skulls of Spades, and let's see, he asks, do you think if Rick dies, we will see Carl become the leader? So I'm not sure if that's the comic book or the TV show, but I believe in the comic book, if Rick dies, Carl could become the leader. He does seem like that type. But in the TV show, Carl just doesn't seem like he's the same Carl that we know from the comics, so I don't think he would become leader. Maybe if Rick dies like 5 seasons from now, and Rick Chandler Riggs is old enough at that point, but honestly, I just don't see it happening. Okay, next question is, do you think we will see more of a comic storyline in the TV show? Honestly, I can't say. So far, it doesn't seem like it's following the comics too closely because there's so many differences between the comics and the TV show at this point. So many different characters that are in here that weren't in there. So will they start following the comic line? I don't think so. I think they're going to always do their own thing in the TV show. But I do believe that we will see some main events come out the way that they went in the comics. So, kind of, we will see a comic storyline, but like usual, like we always see, like with the Governor, it was similar to what happened in the original comic books, but it's not really the same as the comic books. Like, quite different, but similar. Yeah, that's what we're going to end up with, in my opinion. Alright, next question. This is by, let's see, this is by Lukey's Vlogs, and he asks, do you think Daryl will escape the sanctuary by himself, or will someone help him? I don't really know what's going to happen with Daryl. I'm getting the feeling like he's not going to be escaping. I believe that he's going to end up having to conform to Negan, and he'll become Negan's like right-hand man, and perhaps be taking over Dwight's storyline. And I can back this up by the fact that Dwight is such a terrible character in the show. He's like so arrogant, so hideously he's grotesque in every way. I cannot stand that character. And I'm getting the feeling that it's intentional. I suppose if they wanted you to like him, they would. But I'm getting the idea that they want you to hate him so that when they kill him off and make Daryl Negan's Dwight, that will just make everything so amazing. So I believe that Daryl will not be escaping. I believe that he will, in a way, just sort of conform to Negan's current position. He'll say, "I am Negan" or something, because that's really what he should be doing at this point. He should have been pandering from the beginning, but I don't know, maybe that's not really the Daryl way, so I don't know, we'll see. Okay, next question is by Danny Grimes, and it says, let's see, do you think Enid is a spy and will confess after finding out about Glenn? I don't think so. Now, I watched this newest episode, and it doesn't seem like she's necessarily a spy. I don't know, it just seems odd that Maggie got all sick all of a sudden when she was hanging around Enid, and then the Saviors suddenly knew when to be out and when to surround Alexandria. It seems like there was a spy in their midst, but I'm not so sure if it was Enid. So before I have said it was Enid, but I'm not sure. I can't honestly say. It's very tough, so I'm going to say maybe, because I can't deny it. It is a possibility, but also it might just be bad writing, and we're supposed to just suppose that Negan was just prepared there for whenever they decide to leave Alexandria, which, in my personal, humble opinion, is kind of stupid. So let's just hope that they actually do have something planned involving a spy of some sort. Alright, next question. Did you notice that Lucille looked a bit different when Negan was talking to Daryl, and also when Fat Joey was holding Rick's python? So, yeah, I've looked at that. I can't tell the difference. It would help if you could tell me what the difference was in the comments below. I really looked over that a few times, and I just didn't notice it. Maybe I have bad eyes or something, but I just was not able to notice any difference, so sorry about that. Let's see, next question is by Jason6105, and he asks, who are the hottest girls on TWD so far, in your opinion? And before then, he says, basically, if you don't want to answer this, I'm okay with that. So, why would I not want to answer this? I guess some people would assume that I'm some sort of, I don't know, social justice warrior, and I'm so against objectifying women. Oh, come on, I'm a dude. I love women. Okay, so, my top 5 women from the show. This is kind of hard to choose, because when you're saying hot, that doesn't count pretty or beautiful so much. It's more of just, you know, sexy body and all that. So, I'm gonna just basically round it up by body, physical looks, and, you know, face a little bit, but mainly body, I'm gonna say. So, to start out, I'm gonna say Sasha is number 5. She's pretty good looking, and I think she does have a rather nice body, and she's just overall rather feminine. I do like her qualities. I think she is a good choice for number 5. Number 4, I'm gonna say Michonne, because Michonne, I mean, come on, she's very muscular. She's watching her workout in that one episode back in, like, season 3, was it? That'll tell you that, you know, she's pretty good looking. Okay, and then let's see, this would be my 3rd choice, Rosita, because, I mean, have you seen her in short shorts? And then Maggie, because though she doesn't actually look all that attractive in the show, if you see her outside of the show when they clean her up, she is very attractive, just like extremely. So Maggie is number 2. And then number 1, I'm going to actually choose Jessie, who was in season 6 of The Walking Dead. Probably not the most popular choice, but I just really liked that actress a lot. I think she had a lot going on for her, and I found it very unfortunate that she had to go, but such is life. So basically, those are my choices. I'm sure if I went through every episode and found characters that were lesser known, I could have built this list up a bit more, but those are my top 5. So, there are other questions that you guys asked. I could not get around to those. I'm going to do that in my next answers video, just because I'm a little short on time lately, so just sorry about that. I'll get to those questions later, but thank you all for your questions, and make sure to ask questions for the next Saturday Answers video, and I'll see you guys in the next review, video, whatever. See you guys. Peace.